and welcome to Uncovered episode 5. I'm Rebecca.
And I'm Montana. And in this episode, we give you the highlights of Exeter Pride March and take a look at jiu-jitsu in Exeter.
But first, we hand over to Lindsey Harris, who gives us an insight into the world of pole dancing. She even takes to the pole herself, all in the name of research.
But in a very short pair of shorts.
Now, you may have seen Exeter's Pole Dancing Society performing at one of the most extravagant balls in the university calendar, the Safer Sex Ball, the SSB, but I'm here to find out more about the more day-to-day life of the society at one of their weekly training sessions. So how did you guys get involved with pole dancing originally?
Well, I just started as a taste session because it was quite unusual, and I thought I'd make the most advantage of all the free taste sessions, and then I got hooked. It's quite addictive.
Yeah, I got dragged along by a friend in Freshers Week actually. I didn't particularly want to go myself, but from then on, it's really addictive. What do you like best about pole dancing? What's your favourite thing?
Competitions, I like how competitive it is. We've only really got into competitions and showcases this year, but it's really, really good.
And speaking of showcases, you had one at the end of February to raise money for charity. Is that something you want to do more of as the year progresses? Definitely.
Yeah.
It's the challenge of getting people to come along and see what we do and see that it's not what they think it is. So, and also obviously raising for money for charity. If we can manage to do it, then why not do it? When you tell people that you do pole dancing, what kind of reactions do you get? Do some people, are they a bit, ooh, really? With the risque connotations perhaps?
Yeah, everybody is. Yeah.
I think it's starting to be quite a sort of well-known thing, that it's not the sort of thing you'll find in strip clubs. And some people you'll come across will be, oh really, I've heard that that's quite a difficult thing, and it's really up and coming. So yeah, it's definitely an artistic way of getting fit basically, isn't it? So how would you defend pole dancing against anyone who thinks it's derogatory to women, or anyone who maybe has a certain conception of pole dancing?
Well, I think it's the same as any form of dance. You can dance in any style you like, and obviously the pole dance does have certain connotations. People do dance in that style, but you can not dance in that style. You can dance in a contemporary way. You can use it as fitness. You can use it however you like, really.
Exactly. Consider yourself told. There is a reason that I'm dressed like this. I am going to put myself forward for television to have my first pole dancing lesson. It's going to be a massive challenge. You're going to have all your work cut out, so who's going to be taking on that challenge?
I think we both will,
I think you're going to need combined forces. I can assure you it will be funny.
Just want them out of my way, 'cause I'm the king of my own life. I'll be warm when they're cold, I'll be young when they're old. I'm gonna be wrong, but so damn right. So live your life, be what you wanna be. It's coming from inside, I hear it pumping.
Clearly an expert in the making there.
Indeed. A few weeks ago, Exeter City Centre played host to a Pride March, and Uncovered were right at the heart of it, celebrating diversity in Exeter.
We're here at St Sidwell's Centre, where later on today hundreds of people will be gathering to begin the march for Exeter Pride 2012. I'm here with Maddie Soper, the Equality and Diversity Officer from the Students' Guild. Tell us a little bit about today's event.
Well, basically we've got the huge Gay Pride March, which is starting around here and working its way right up the High Street towards Exeter Phoenix, which is just essentially representatives from all different factions of the university, the Exeter community as a whole. And then there's going to be loads of workshops and some ballroom dancing, some crafting, all sorts of excellent stuff happening at the Phoenix later today.
So Exeter's recently been criticised for not really being the most diverse cultures, especially when it comes to race and possibly faith. What would you have to say about that?
Well, I think it's events like this that really sort of demonstrate how supportive the Exeter community is of everyone. And, you know, we have a huge number of societies, faith societies, cultural societies, and different support groups based on race, ethnicity, and sexual orientation at the university through the Students' Guild. So I think that events like this try and break down those boundaries. And with any university, you're going to have sort of a different demographic, and some people say Exeter isn't sort of as diverse as some of the larger northern cities. But I think it's mostly about ensuring the support networks are there for the entire student and community as a whole.
I just want you to dance with me tonight. So come on.
So you were part of the band today. What made you want to take part?
Well, as a band, we celebrate diversity. It's a fun, really exciting atmosphere, really good times. Yeah, we had a great time last year, so we came back.
How is it in comparison?
It's bigger, better. Yeah, it's increasing, I think, in size. Yeah.
One more time, come on now.
So we have a volunteer from Exeter Pride with us today. Tell us a little bit about your role.
My name's Kerry. I've been on the Exeter Pride committee for about 18 months. I'm just a volunteer. We have a couple of trustees who are responsible for the charity, but we've got loads of volunteers as well, and I'm a volunteer. We just organise a day. We literally spend 12 months planning the event. We have regular meetings monthly. If anyone wants to join and be a volunteer for Pride, you're welcome. A lot of work goes in. I think that people don't realise that 12 months of planning goes into this one day. There's a lot of stuff, organising fundraising, publicising, booking the venue, all that kind of stuff, and the workshops.
Wouldn't mind a feathered headdress myself.
Yeah, that would really suit you. Anyway, away from feathers and brightly coloured costumes, we take a look at martial arts now. It's jiu-jitsu.
Jiu-jitsu is a traditional Japanese martial art that teaches you how to defend yourself against an attacker using strikes, throwing and joint locks. Exeter University Jiu-jitsu has been running for 6 years and trains twice a week, giving students a chance to increase their fitness whilst learning something completely different from a professional instructor.
When I was in Freshers Week, I saw a leaflet saying it's the ancient art of the samurai, and, well, who doesn't want to be a samurai?
So I started jitsu in Freshers Week. I really fancied trying self-defence, and I went along to taste session, absolutely loved it. And I've been doing it for 2 years, and I'm going to be captain next year.
I started jiu-jitsu because I wanted to do a really good form of exercise that wasn't a team or ball sport, and it just seemed really fascinating.
So this is our town dojo, and this is where we train in the week. But we normally train up at the sports centre twice a week. We do kata, break-falling, striking, weapons, street effective defences, multiple attacks, cover everything in jiu-jitsu, literally. We also do groundwork and MMA. We've got a new class that started this year.
I think a lot of people, when they think of martial arts, it's going to be lots of like hyper-aggressive giant guys doing it. But as you go through with jiu-jitsu, you start to learn techniques that work better. Perhaps you're a bit shorter than the other person, or just depending on your build. So really, I think it just works for everyone.
The most challenging thing about jiu-jitsu is probably the physical effort you have to put in, because it really pushes you, but I think it's good because you have to strive harder.
I get a lot of jiu-jitsu. I get it's a great way to keep in shape. Also, it's got a great social atmosphere. I met a lot of really nice people here. I have a great fun time with them, but also it's a very good way of learning self-defense.
Best thing about jiu-jitsu is definitely the people, because they're really, really fun and they really want to help each other and everybody gets stuck in.
It's really fun being a part of a team. We are challenging ourselves individually, but also we're all progressing together, and that's really fun to see, not just yourself succeed, but everyone at the same time. So that's really nice.
The best thing about jiu-jitsu is their trainings, because trainings are very helpful and very welcoming, so anyone new who comes to Jiu-Jitsu, they're welcome and they'll never be left behind.
I enjoy the fitness element, but probably most of all I like the fact that it's quite self-defensive and it's quite practical.
Ever since I started Jiu-Jitsu, I made so many friends, so many good friends, and it was really helpful, especially during my freshers week, because I came to uni without any friends from college, because they all went to different universities. So Jiu-Jitsu really helped me to socialise, and it's great fun. So I would recommend it to everybody.
Best thing about Jiu-Jitsu has to be the break falling.